Hi everyone, this is Deanna the Organized Mist, and thank you for joining me here on my channel. I have this book right here. I'm not even gonna tease about it to let you know I'm doing a giveaway. I have for some time wanted to just do a series of walking through on my planning style, my system, what I do, how I do it, why I do it. And of course, I was greatly influenced by this book, Getting Things Done by David Allen. And while I would say I don't employ everything in the book, I definitely use a lot of it. And isn't that what planning is? Just taking a little bit from all the various things and figuring out how to make your own plans to reach your own goals. And I would say of all the tools out there, this has been just the most impactful for me. And so if there's anything I've done that can help others, I definitely want to share it. So I have been thinking about how to do that. And I thought, you know, I talk about this book all the time. I want to share it. So I want to go through, I don't know how, maybe the main points of the book and the steps, along with how I plan. And then I want to do a giveaway. And I was thinking, I'm at like 300 and today as of filming, 318 subscribers. And my goal is to reach 1,000. I thought, well, I'm going to set a goal to do a giveaway. And my first thought was, ooh, at 500, I'll give this book away. And I think I will do that. And then I got to thinking a little bit more, and I thought maybe people would like my planning system, which I don't sell it. I just use it with my girls. And I thought, you know, if I have enough interest, I would consider also giving away, you know, all my inserts or whatever that I use for that. The calendar part itself is from Filofaxy. Like I use the same ones every year. I mean, not the same ones, the same type of ones every year as far as monthly, weekly, because they're good, they work, they're free. But as far as like what I use to project plan and track, I've been kind of evolving that over the years. And again, it's not much different from any other kind of insert you can get out there, because I think they're all pretty much, you know, you got a monthly calendar, a weekly, you can do a daily. It's just how you use it. So if I have some interest, we'll do that. Definitely going to do the giveaway for this book, and I want to walk you through it as I do it. So putting that out there. But today I want to actually do my weekly planning with you here on camera. I normally do that over the weekend. It's Monday. I was out of town all weekend, so I have not done that. I just thought it was a perfect time to make that announcement and kind of review how I've done so far this month and where I'm going, and do my weekly planning here. So if you have any questions as I'm going through this, please feel free to drop it in the comments, and I would love to chat with you. So I'm going to see if I can do this without shaking the camera too much. I know that in a previous video, because I have this attached to an arm for an overhead, and it's actually attached to the table, so I always get some movement, but I'm going to do my best. I'm sorry if it kind of moves, but shakes. We'll do our best. But anyway, the beginning of my planning always starts with Post-it notes and my weekly review. And so this is January, and you are going to see Post-it notes everywhere, because that's kind of how I do it. They're placeholders until I move forward, and I don't know where my pen is. Right, got my pen. So my weekly review is based on the Getting Things Done method of David Allen, where where I just take a look at what I've done and what I need to do. So this is this week, and I have put a Post-it note there as a reminder, and things changed even from the time I did the Post-it note. And so it's Monday, and as I set this up for this week, I'm going to start back here and just first look and see if there was anything that I need to migrate forward. I need to follow up on this. If I've marked it off with an X, that means it's done. I left it open to remind me to follow up on this. So it was an email that I sent, and I have not heard back from her, so I'm going to follow up on that this week. So I'm just going to write that here. And I do just some shorthands of things, but that just says email follow-up regarding United Way. So now I'm going to put my little arrow, kind of use a mix-up between the bullet journal method of marking off things and migrating things, along with my getting things done. So then everything else here, my car, I picked it up, it's come back, everything here. So here I have Reliant Deliver. So that one has not been done because it needed to be rescheduled because car. So I'm going to write, sometimes what I do is I'll put different, for every item, I'll put it on a Post-it note. I'm going to minimize today. And I may just fast forward all this and go through there, but I want to walk you through the first bit of it. And then for this item here, this was Go Create. They ended up being closed and I didn't do it, which is I was going to make these there. Instead, I did it at home. So this got picked up. This was admin all day. And then I'm just going to fill it in for myself, which I didn't do there because I was busy packing and getting ready to go. I was out of town. So the next thing I'll do is then I will look at my Post-it notes and see what needs to be thrown away from last week or what needs to be moved forward. As you can see, these here are placeholders, and each month as I work on things or I come up with new ideas that aren't ready, I'll put them on my parking spot. So this was my things to remember for my trip, so it's done. And these need to be fast forwarded. So these are for my daughter, and these are videos that she's working on. Pam, I'm waiting to hear back from orthopedics regarding surgery on my wrist, and I have not yet. So I will move this one forward. And for now, all I do is while I'm processing these, I'll just set it on the next page. Goal planning project video, how to, I'm working on that right now. So I'm going to move this to this page and come back to it. Cars. Done. Throw that away. Pick up quit stitch. Done. I can throw that away. And my reminder Post-it note. So now once I've reviewed everything on here and made sure something didn't fall through the cracks, I will forward any of those Post-it notes here that I want to keep. And it's really just a matter of, they're not, like these are not day specific. This is not date specific. This one is because it has a date and time. So I'll actually put it on the date. And then these, I will determine what date I want to do based on the way the rest of my week looks. So I'm very much a planner who works based on my energy level. And I will work in the white spaces based on, you know, how I'm feeling and how much energy I have for a given project and how much time it takes. Like, is it going to be able to fit in my white spaces? So then what I'm going to do is go back, because I do have some Post-it notes that are kind of placeholders. So this one was done. You can go in my trash. This was, I ordered this book, so I did that. And these were, you know, when you put a card in your video, a previous video that I did, I wanted to link that in the card of the video. And this one is, these are story contact lists that I'm working on. So that will go on this page for now. And then I actually never found this video or photo that I was supposed to find. So it is now going in the trash. It wasn't critical, mission critical, but I was hoping I could find it. So that's it. I've kind of gone back and caught up, although I had sort of been migrating things forward, just not last week. So, I know I went backwards, but now I'm just going to kind of flip through and kind of show you how my month's gone so far. So, at January, I have this note that I want to visit my grandma, and I was planning on it, but then her retirement home where she lives has kind of tightened down again on visitors because of COVID. She's in Florida, so this is still on my I want to do list. It is not going to happen in January. I'm going to put it here anyway as just my placeholder reminder. And then this Post-it note, I always process my Post-it notes first. I'm sorry, it's shaking. I always process my Post-it notes first because I have them on Post-it notes for a reason, so they can be moved. Once I've decided that they're staying on a certain day or week, then I've done them, then I get rid of them. So I picked out our summit day, which I said was the 29th or 30th. We hadn't scheduled that yet because there's another event going on. We did that. Well, and then, so this is something I need to do this week. So I'm moving this to this week here with these Post-it notes. And now my Post-it notes on this page are gone, and I'm going to look for this week. So here we are today, which is why I'm filming this. And now I'm going to take these appointments and I'm going to put them on my next week. My first one is 9 o'clock on Tuesday. And then, so this says 1 p.m. 4-H K-State Emporia. We were going to do that. That got canceled. And literally within the next day, another appointment came up. Another, by appointment, I mean a request for an appearance. And it's the same time. So, just in a different town. So, from here, we're just going to go straight to Topeka, which is the state capital. I live in Kansas. And we'll be there for a hearing. And it's going to be all day. We're also going to meet with a representative and our senator at some point during the day. And one of them scheduled, the other we just have to give them a call because it's going to be a busy day. So honestly, this whole day is just, by the time we drive back home, it's going to be all day. So nothing, I'm going to do probably nothing in this white space. Sometimes I will send an email or, you know, get a little bit of work done in the car on the drive because it's a couple hours. But for the most part, nothing. Okay, so Wednesday at 12, I have a Rotary meeting. And that is a weekly meeting, but a lot of times I have appointments and things, and I don't get to that as often as I want to. Okay, my battlefield acupuncture was canceled and rescheduled, so, and then this open is, I don't know what time it is, but I feel like it's either noon or 3 o'clock. But either way, we're going to have to drive there, and most of our afternoon's going to be blocked off. Can't do anything else during that time period anyway. Okay, so those are the appointments that I have on the schedule for this week. Now I'm going to go through and look at these Post-it notes and see what I have. So I had written down this appointment at 9 o'clock. And the reason why it went on this calendar, I was supposed to do it this week, and it got moved. So we're going to put that in there. And now I can just throw this away. What I'm trying to decide to do with this one is I now see that I'm going to have these 2 days, like, are full open days to get a lot of work done. And I'm just deciding which days that I want to do them. And I think I want this to be my, like, work day. So I'm going to put it on here. That made me think I'm going to call my mom later today. And And then I want to call my sister. Today has been phone call day. I need to follow up with my grandma. I called and left a message with her, and I hadn't heard from her yet. I did talk to my Uncle Bill, and I do want to put that in just because I like to keep track of, they live in another state, and it's so easy to go, you know, a couple weeks without talking. And I value these relationships, so I just like to keep on track of how often we talked. And, you know, also my grandmother is 98 years old, and my Uncle Bill is there in the same kind of city with her, helping to take care of her, and we live here in Kansas, so he has a lot on his plate, and I just like to try to be there however I can. And sometimes it's just, you know, through phone calls, let him know I love him. I did go to the gym here, so now what I'm doing is just kind of filling this in, one, because this is how I track what I have done, and also for me to refer back to. So I put in my appointments, and then I'll go back in and add if something wasn't on the calendar that I wanted to add. To Cameo, I usually have about one day a week where I just make a lot of phone calls and, you know, touch base with people that I can't get out and see all the time. We live in different places or whatever. Maybe I have client calls, and if I can batch those. And that's one thing that I would say I've really implemented, especially since starting the David Allen method, the Getting Things Done method, is learning to kind of batch my activities together to be more productive. So things like phone calls, and, you know, sometimes phone calls can be, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and sometimes it can take, you know, a couple hours to get through phone calls with people. And so if I schedule a day for that, then I know I can get all that done. And since today was wide open between, you know, just, you know, my own personal health, and I knew I wanted to make this video. That's what I have there. And then, so this video, I had said I moved over here because we wanted to have our monthly goal summit planning this weekend. So I'm going to put it here because more than likely when we get done here, we'll have some time for that. Also, this is Kansas Day, and we're going to want to do something for that. And if I've not heard back from Pam at Orthopedics by, let's say Thursday, I'm going to give her a call because she was supposed to be getting that appointment scheduled, and someone called me and they have not. And she said if it didn't happen in 2 weeks, to call back. Okay, so I think that, so after I've done this and I've got my appointments from here, what I'm going to do is check my content calendar and my work tracker. So this is where I have these placeholders for projects that I'm working on, and tracking where they're at in the process or things that are coming up. I use this as my parking spot. And then I will take this, let's just use this Post-it note as an example. And I will say, okay, I have white space on Tuesday. Well, that was last week. That was a couple weeks ago. This week, let's look at this, because I do not have white space on Tuesday. I'll say, oh, look, I'm going to have some time Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to work on these then. Or probably realistically I'm not, because I have that interview with Kyle, or about Kyle on Wednesday morning. I will come over here, and I do have a Kyle project here, Post-it, because sometimes my projects are in pieces. I have to do a little at a time with other people's schedules, and then since I'm done with that interview, when I'm done with that, then I can put it all together. So this was that interview that got moved to the 26th, which was on that. So I'll work with that. And when this one's done, I'll work on it on Wednesday, maybe realistically. Also, I usually put them down here. Because if something ends up coming up, appointments, it's time sensitive, then I can move this. And that's why I do that. These are things that are I get to choose when I work on them. So I'll do it based on how much of the material I have together. If I'm editing a video, do I still have an interview to shoot? Do I need to go collect B-roll? you know, once I have all the elements together, do I need to write the article? You know, that kind of thing. Then I'll pick when I have time or when I'm batch working things. Which for me, I've scheduled that I'm going to batch work on things the 27th. But because I'm doing that on the 26th and it's top of mind, I will probably work on it this afternoon. So I leave that Post-it note there. Go back to my content page. Ooh, look at that one. This one's done. I did this one and I submitted the, I already gave that to the person I was doing that for. So it is gone. And the rest of these are here. So I'm not doing anything else with these Post-its for now. Then I'll come over here and I'll look. Today's National Compliment Day. So this is a calendar I use for my daughter for her content creating. And so I'll just follow up with her and say, hey, did you post that reel, TikTok post, whatever it is on that? And then I'll see what else is going on. So we have data privacy, and I do have Kansas Day. So I'm going to go add that. And we select, so there's all kinds of national holidays, you know, every day of the year you can find something. But we pick to highlight things that are connected with her nonprofit and things of interest to her that she wants to promote. All right, so now that I've looked at both my monthly calendars, I do, and it may seem like a bit much, but I plan in multiple planners. One to help with my memory, but also I don't carry this one around with me. I carry my everyday planner with me. So sometimes I might be out and I'll write something down and I'll need to transfer it. And I have nothing else coming up, but I do need to cancel that got changed. And did I move that now that I'm looking at it? I did not. So I want to move that. So once I've made sure that I've gotten all my appointments transferred over, I checked my iPhone to make sure that, like, while I was out and about, I didn't just enter something in my phone real quick, and my other calendar. Then I know I've got all these done. And then I say, okay, what projects, let's do a quick flip through here. When I get to them, how are we 4 weeks into January already? So what I do is I look, what projects do I want to do this week? Or what projects can I finish up, like this one? So I know for sure I'm going to work on this day. I do have a couple of follow-ups for projects. And I also know that I'm going to have more time. Obviously, I have a lot of time that I can work on things, especially in these blocks. Because I'm self-employed, I work from home. I always pick one day, sometimes two if I need to just kind of wrap up things. And I'll finish that one. And then I already decided that most of these, I need to finish this one. I've been working on this a little as a time as I go. It's a video, but because of my wrist, it's just taking longer. I can only work on it a little at a time. And then I have to take a break. So I am going to probably get back to working on this, but probably not until Friday. And that's it. That's what my week is going to look like. So that's how I move things forward. If I didn't have any Post-it notes, which it does happen, you know, then, or let me say, I've done all the current things all with that Post-it note, then I'll come and create new Post-it notes. I will work my way back to my project section in here, and I will see what's the next, basically the next action for that project, and I will put it on a Post-it note. Because I work really well with just what's the next thing that needs to be done. If I see too much of one thing, I'm overwhelmed. Even sometimes this, but because it's a Post-it note, I can just pick it up. I can close this if I need to. And I can just say, okay, this is the only thing I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to focus on this. If I can. I can't actually right now. I have to wait. But, you know, with any Post-it note, I can literally not look at this. And when it's done, I can put it in my pile over here of things done or move it forward if I'm waiting on someone, and come back to it. So now that I'm set up for the week, now I can actually finish my task for today, which are phone calls. So I'm going to get off this video, make my phone calls, and then then I'll edit this video and get it up there. If you've found this video helpful, or you're interested in following along as I show you my process throughout this series, please like, subscribe, share with others, and leave comment in the description box of if you are using the GTD method, how you employ it, if you love it. If you have a channel, please drop the link there. I'd love to go follow you. And if you haven't used the GTD method, or heard of it, or read the book, please let me know that too. I will be doing a drawing for a copy of this book. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.